Thank you. This is my daughter, Shamania Nadine Triana James. We made her name to represent the gift of the shamanness of the gift of the tree prayer. But here she is.
I just want to say what an honor it is to be here together today. When I heard they were going to play the video, my stomach kind of did a cartwheel. I have pretty severe anxiety, but I just want to say, to tie the video to the message, just to learn what fulfills your heart and to pursue it bravely, even if it scares you a little bit. So at that, my hands go up to each and every one of you. Haishka. Here's my dad.
We do now, myself and Dr. Kurt Russo and I, for 35 years, we have stood up for Native American treaty rights, environmental rights, rights of self-determination, self-government. We traveled around the world working with indigenous peoples on their rights to stand up, protect their environment. I was involved in the United Nations declarations on the rights of indigenous peoples. Those negotiations, I was involved in convincing President Obama to accept it as a duty of the United States. And I do a lot of work in Indian country, and they kind of consider me the Indian expert on Indians and the Constitution. But one of the loves of our life is to talk about culture and Native American views of how to view the world. And my late brother, Xwe'chi'eXen used to sing a beautiful song all about how there's no lessons in death, but we also thought, when he was singing that, we'd think about how we're killing the earth. And there's really is a lesson in it. It's up to us to preserve it for our children. This video my daughter helped us produce and sang in, it's all about learning from culture and appreciating who you are. And you can see the elders and the babies in it. Those are important relationships. Now, in the back, we have about 300 or 400 handouts, one-page handouts, asking you to support us on the totem pole journeys. Back during 9/11, we began totem pole journeys, healing totem poles. And we've done about 15 healing totem pole journeys, all the way up into Canada, all across the nation. And we have touched millions upon millions of people. Probably 50 million people were heard about it last year. In that journey. We don't see it that way because it's magazines, it's newspapers, it's reporters, it's different ways that the media covers the story. It reaches millions upon millions of people. And that's what our effort is in regards to the totem pole journeys. We appreciate the UU because they have faithify.com if you want to make donations to help us in these journeys. It's a way to get the word out that we're here to work together, to form alliances, and to protect the earth for the next generations. Now, back in 1985, I was talking to my sister, and she was telling me how, my younger sister, she's gone now, but she was telling me how our aunts and our grand-aunts and our great-grand-aunts had a message, and she taught me how to look at the full moon. And I'm going to bring this up because I want you to appreciate the message that she was giving. But at that time, I was at the McGeorge School of Law, and I went back to law school. Came home for Christmas. I went back, and I was really thinking about what my sister said. And I thought, wow, if that image, now what you don't know is that if you look at the full moon, and I know all of you kind of did those little games kids do, connect the dots, color within the color book lines, look at the clouds and see images in the clouds. These are all human experiences, so we know how to visualize. And when you look at the full moon, if you look at the craters and crater shadows at the full moon, somewhere around 10 o'clock, And you're going to have two opportunities, July 1st and July 31st. There's 2 full moons in next July. And so you're going to have the opportunity to bear witness to this. You'll see a Native American sitting with his legs crossed and his head bowed and his hands in his laps. And there's 2 feathers over his forehead. And our great-granddads taught us that. Jay's great-grandmother was one of the ones that helped teach those stories about how to see that image. It came from their lines out of the Skagit people. And the thing is that this Native American is a part of our mythology. And so I asked myself in 1985, what would he be saying if he is saying something to us? And he would say, Almighty Spirit, Great Father, forgive them for not loving Mother Earth, but save her for the children. Now, the late Billy Frank, he really believed in it, and he worked with us, and we produced a 1-minute public service announcement and a 1.5-minute version, and it showed Billy Frank saying that prayer, and then you watch him fade right into the image, him and his fire, right into the image on the moon. And one of the things that what we do is we have the Moon's Prayer Foundation then, but we call it the Indian and the Moon Foundation, that we shared with Indian country. We produced about 50,000 posters that we handed out over the years for the children, because we wanted the children to know that there are some basic laws that we believe in as Indian country and that we need to remember. Physical harmony, take care of your body. Mental harmony, take care of your mind. Emotional harmony, take care of your emotions. Social harmony, take care of your relationships with all people. Environmental harmony, take care of your relationships with the world, for we're all a part and dependent upon the earth itself. Harmony with time, use your time in a good way. Treat all things as if it's a sacred place. And spiritual harmony. You know, our elders always said, think good of others, pray for them, you know, and project it to them. Never look them straight in the face and threaten them, but always keep that in mind. You know, so these 7 laws of harmony are part of traditional Native American teachings. And at one time we were taught, if you live your life fully, that the first breath you ever took was sacred, and the last breath you ever took was sacred. It's how you use those breaths in between was the measurement of the life you lived. You know, and so none of us are perfect, but we all strive to try to live a better life at least. You know, and I'm proud of my daughter, Shamania, and many of the young people that work with us as the House of Tears carvers that helped produce these totem poles that went back to New York. We raised one in New York to 9/11. Shanksville, Pennsylvania, where Flight 93 crashed. We raised one there. We raised a 3-piece at the Pentagon. It's now in Congressional Cemetery in Washington, D.C. You know, in the National Library of Medicine, Chimawa schools, public schools, old soldiers' homes, explosion sites where children were killed on rivers and stuff. We put poles up, helping people, calling them together to pray and to learn to protect not only the environment, but protect our children. And so with the influence of Dr. Russo and I working together, we've been able to successfully reach out to people like yourself and to keep these messages going. You know, and I was saying at our earlier gathering that we got to remember what our elder from Vancouver Island says when we do these totem pole journeys. He said, the totem pole is not sacred. It's the gathering of the people that's sacred. And don't you forget that. That's what creates the sacred moment, when you call them together. And to appreciate that, because I understand, you know, actually, I didn't realize the UU was such an old religion, new as the world goes. But, the way you guys think and the way you live, I was asking my friend Florence, was UUs created by hippies? I really thought so, you know, but... it seems like you just love the world. You're kind of like flower children. You know, everybody's going to live together. You know, and that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that, right? And I was actually asking her in the hallways, did you give up Buddhism? She goes, no, you don't have to give up Buddha to be a part of UUs. Oh, okay, I was kind of worried. So, but the thing is that I would like to challenge you for July 1st and July 31st. Look at the full moon. You know, I traveled around the world And I seen it when I was in South America. I seen it when I was in Australia. I seen it when I was in Korea. I seen it when I was in Alaska. And I seen it when I was in about 35 of the different 50 states. It always rises in the east and sets in the west. And it's it's a phenomenon. And we're just saying that in this time when we look at each other as all of us are indigenous to the earth. Red, black, white, and yellow. We're all indigenous to the earth. And at one time, we all had a relationship with our sacred mother. And that's why I fully appreciate today, this week, when Pope Francis came out with his statement. You know, he didn't quite say it, but I sure felt like he told us, you're right. You're right. You know, and it's okay for us to be different. It's okay for us to have a different ways of teaching how to care for the earth. But let's do it for the children. You know, it's not just about Cherry Point. It's about Longview. How about the Chinooks? Nobody even recognizes the Chinook Nation, you know, and they were so important to Lewis and Clark when they got here. Somebody fed those guys, you know, and so, you know, what is Chinook jargon? Ishla, soy karapa na miko huis kalskulam Chinook. That's Chinook. That's the Chinook version from the inland version. All I ask you is, my friend, come here and help the Chinooks. Okay, they want to be recognized. They have a right. They have an inherent right to protect the earth. We all have a part of the earth that we have a duty to protect. So I hope you go home and continue to do what you do and reach out and multiply. Multiply because, you know, we have the apology of churches in the Northwest where they said we're sorry, and apologies went around the world where churches were apologizing to local people for hurting them. Now we got the Pope making his statement saying that we're wrong, let's correct ourselves and save the earth. Now we got the UUs passing a resolution today, I understand, saying you're going to help us. You're going to help us. You know, and that is important. The question is, okay, you put it to writing, you put it to voice, or are you going to put it to action? You know, let's bring everybody to the table and put it to action. Thank you.